therapy offers a solution. It offers help to people who may have a challenge in managing their lives, whether it is through addiction of substances or action. And for me, my passion is to see a life restored and to also redirect young people to making appropriate choices. The most common addiction in this country is to alcohol. And remember that alcohol is legal. And so we have array of where you can consume this alcohol legally, especially if you're of a legal age of consuming alcohol. So there is a lot of misuse of alcohol. I think the second from the NACADA research is tobacco, is cigarettes. Again, another legal commodity. But that's usually the highest. What we're finding a close third is cat, and then of course the marijuana. And these are again very toxic drugs that are consumed with very little restraint. NACADA research has shown that each time they do this research, the age group of people consuming these drugs is getting lower and lower. You find we have a very big number now of people who have tried either alcohol or cat or marijuana from primary school. As I mentioned earlier, addiction is a mental disorder. There are many schools of thought. However, our school of thought with NACADA and SAPTA is that it is a mental disease. And that has heavy implications on treatment. One, you do need assistance. Let me give an example of withdrawal of alcohol. Not only is it hard, it is dangerous because there's actual physical changes in the human being. So the first thing is, even if it is a disease, the addict must want to change. They must be determined to change their lives. And from there, they seek help. Centers like Hisia are good centers where they can actually refer someone. Now, with addiction, it will be important to see a counselor who will then refer you to either Detox program and a rehab program. Now, in as much as I have talked with a number of young people who are in rehab programs, it is a brand new experience, especially for someone who has been in addiction for a while. Remember, when they're living this life of addiction, the only thing that controls them is their urges and their desires to have more of whatever it is they're taking. Of course, when you go into a detox, it's substance free. But there is an assistance of a medical assistance where you can stabilize your body. But when you go into a rehab, really basically it is change behavior. One aspect of addiction is the relapse. In fact, they say the relapse is part of the cure. Remember that your brain has been hijacked. There's been a biological shift, change in your brain makeup. So right now, as you, who is not an addict, is motivated to get up and do normal things, go to the office, an addict's brain is motivated on different things. Their character has changed. And when they go in for 3 months, that may not all change. It's not possible for them now to come back and change. But relapse, because now the urges and the cravings are now part and parcel of their brain makeup. Sometimes it's uncontrollable. They may not be able to control it. A relapse is not a failure. It's just part and parcel of a chronic disease. Just like you can have a recurring of cancer. This is a chronic disease. So that happens. But let me give you a few pointers of the danger signs. Now you've heard the information and you know what to look out for: the binge drinking, blackouts. If you're having blackouts, wake up and you don't know where you are, or you find yourself in someone's house, you can't remember what happened last night. That's a serious, vicious sign. If you get upset and you're angry at people's concern and they keep telling you, aren't you drinking too much? What's the problem with this drinking? And you get defensive when people show concern and you get angry, that's a sign. If you've tried very hard to stop, because they do stop. A lot of people in addiction will tell you, I can control this thing. But addiction is the only disease I've seen where people lie to themselves that they don't have it. So they try to stop it. They will go maybe a month, 2 months, and then come back. If that has happened, it's an experience, then you need to seek help. Also, if you need an eye-opener. If you wake up in the morning and you can't face the day and you don't feel like anything unless I just saw a lock, that's a serious problem. You need to seek help. I think at a point where they themselves are having to defend their actions, where they have to hide to go and drink, where they're seeing relationships are getting affected, where they see that they're at high risk of either their employment, people already are telling them, or they are identifying high risk behavior, like getting into a car when you're completely intoxicated and driving, operating machinery when you know you're intoxicated, going to the office when you know you're drunk.